Season 2's live event has been leaked, and from a volcano to Geno becoming a hero, here's everything you need to know before this season comes to an end. Fortnite players have recently been quite unsure whether this season will have a live event or not, but in the recent update, files of a live event game mode were leaked and it's codenamed Arnold. This event seems to have a boss fight with multiple different levels, as well as 3 other stages of the event which we currently know nothing about. Let's just hope that this confirms that the season will end with some form of a live event, and let's also hope it's much better than Fracture. But what will this event be about? Well, the main focus of the storyline right now is on the Unseen and the Last Reality, led by the Nothing, who is also the Shapeless Man. In last season's quest, Stellan told us this.
The Shapeless Man's gaze burns into me. He does not care if opening the gate rends the island in two.
Now, from that piece of dialogue, we know that whatever came through the Rift Gate has the potential to tear the island apart, and I think I might have just figured out exactly what he meant by that, but to explain it, we're gonna need to do a little demonstration, so welcome to science class with Tedious X. For today's lesson, this biscuit right here represents the small grass area on the island that contains the 0-point vault. These 2 cup coasters are the snow biome and the medieval biome. And now we switch over to season 2, where Mega City pulls up out of the sky. Now this tiny little weak useless grassy area is being cornered in by 3 massive pieces of land that are all applying a shit ton of pressure. They're trying their very best to stay together, but it's not working, and then it just snaps just like that. The island begins to totally fall apart. This is most likely the reason why the earthquakes have started happening around the island with our newest update. The 0-point cannot hold all of these different realities together, and it's becoming a real issue. Whether the Nothing planned for this to happen or not, it really helps him out either way, because if the 0-point vault is unstable, he can get straight to it and abuse its power and access to all of the different realities. With this ability to travel the Omniverse, he and his army will be able to destroy all worlds and leave absolutely nothing behind, which seems to be exactly what he wants to do. Alongside all that, rumors of a volcano have also started up in this season, and maybe that's how the Nothing is going to destroy Mega City. Right now, outside of the Mega City, this mountain seems to be a dormant volcano, and when earthquakes happen and cracks in the surface appear like what's been happening in game, that actually creates an opening for lava beneath the surface to erupt onto the island above. Not only is a 0-point going to be exposed from underground, but a volcano could erupt at any moment and destroy the entirety of Mega City. But this all seems too well thought out to just be all of a coincidence, but if the Nothing is behind all of this, then who is going to stop him? The 7 are corrupted, Amy and Jones are nowhere to be seen, and the syndicates have such little power in comparison to the Last Reality, so who exactly is going to fight them off? I think the clearest answer right now is actually Geno himself, and before I get all of your comments saying he got rid of his daughters and he wanted to kill everyone so he's evil and he can't be a hero, I would just like to clarify that I agree with that point. Geno is definitely not a hero, but he also isn't totally a villain. When we last saw him in the Zero War comics, he was talking to the Foundation about how the 7 had always believed his methods were wrong. He said that he hoped they were actually right about freeing the 0-point, because if they were wrong, it would cause the end of absolutely everything. The scientist in the story quest for that season even said that he believed freeing the 0-point was a big mistake. He also said it could cause something terrible, which quite obviously it did. This makes it seem like Geno knows what he's talking about more than anyone else in the story, more than the 7 and way more than the syndicates, because they're not even from this world. When the 0-point most likely gets exposed later in this season, maybe Geno will be the only one who will be able to save it. Although the Imagined Order have done many things wrong in the past, they've also been incredible when it comes to keeping the 0-point stable and in good hands. That's also quite possibly why the 0-point brought the Ageless Snapshot to the island at the beginning of Chapter 4. Maybe it wanted him to rebuild the Imagined Order so that it would be safe under their control, and maybe he'll continue to bring the IO members back like the real Geno, or this sandy version of Dr. Slone for next season, or maybe even Huntmaster Saber if you even remember who he is. Huntmaster Saber is a high-ranking soldier from the Imagined Order army in Chapter 3 Season 2, and his NPC files were updated to be in-game again, possibly for this season or the next season. This is all shaping up for the return of Geno's Imagined Order, and we know that the 7 have most likely been corrupted and manipulated to work for the Last Reality, and if our theory is correct and Geno is the savior for this case, I also think it would be a very interesting dynamic to see the IO on our side fighting the 7 on the Last Reality side. This unique battle might even happen in this season's story live event, so let's talk more about that. At the start of this video, I mentioned leaks about an in-game event within the files this season, and how it will hopefully end off this season and lead into Season 3. It is also rumored to have some form of a boss battle, so maybe we will fight Triarch Nox or the Herald, or maybe even the Nothing itself. What if we aren't the ones who are fighting? What if we watch 2 factions factions go head to head for the conquer of Mega City. The recent update in Fortnite was mostly centered around Star Wars, and it added Natalie Portman to Fortnite, so now this is most definitely my favorite game, like god damn. The point is, questlines of Renzo the Destroyer were leaked last update, and from his words, we now know that he is actually the leader of the Unseen, and their goal was to take over Mega City to stop the Last Reality from doing that same thing. The new story characters named Styx and Dahlia used to be loyal members to the Unseen Syndicate, but that all changed. These two straight up just betrayed Renzo's orders to stop the Last Reality, and instead, they worked directly with the Last Reality to help the Nothing conquer Mega City. With all of these complications, the fight between the traitors, the Nothing, and Renzo would be super entertaining to watch, and it might even be kinda similar to Fortnite's earlier events like the Mech vs Monster event where we watched a battle take place on the map. But no matter what happens, whether we fight or we watch a fight or Geno returns, I'll be here to cover absolutely all of it on this channel, so subscribe to never miss any Fortnite news or storyline theories, and I'll see you when the countdown begins for the end of Season 2.